What's going on, Jerome's? Minnesota Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores has said you can never have enough cornerbacks. And the Vikings have had a couple injuries. They've had some less than stellar performances. Andrew Booth Jr. got traded yesterday. And the Vikings and Kwesi, just like Kwesi, got some cap space. Let's go after a big-time name. Let's go after things, man. And, of course, one of the biggest names in free agency out there is Stephon Gilmore, a future Hall of Famer, the former Defensive Player of the Year, guy who's made Pro Bowls, All-Pros, just done the damn thing. Even though a little bit longer in the tooth, just made sense that I believe that one of those roster spots belongs to Mr. Stephon Gilmore. And I was just like, please make it happen, because like we said, even though Gilmore it certainly isn't old Stephon Gilmore 5-10 years ago, and I don't know, maybe Jefferson hitting him with that inside-outside route in the Colts comeback game just sort of ended him, but he's still really damn good, and frankly, the Vikings would greatly benefit from having him on the outside, round the outside, and long story longer, it might be happening. It might be happening, man. Josina Anderson, one of the most respected insiders in the game, news. Free agent cornerback Stephon Gilmore tells me he's flying out on Sunday to visit with the Vikings on Monday. Reveal your sources. So we're on the cusp of, in back-to-back seasons, Vikings fans bullying the team into signing Dalton Reisner and then also signing Stephon Gilmore. We have the power. Now, if we can get them to sign Creed Humphrey if the Chiefs don't tag him next year. That's all. That's all, man. But this is pretty big news. And, even though Stephon Gilmore, 33, turns 34 in August, he's got length down the outside. He's 6 foot, $190. Played his college ball at South Carolina. Started off with the Bills after coming in as a number 10 overall pick in 2012. Signed with the Patriots 2017. Had crossover with Brian Flores in New England. And him and J.C. Jackson, also free agent out there, have had experience with Flores. So, Flo knows what Stephon Gilmore is capable of. And now, like we said, is he the Stephon Gilmore of 2018? Nah, he just isn't. But is he still really damn good? Yes. 2019 Defensive Player of the Year, 6 interceptions, 20 passes broken up, helped the Patriots win a Super Bowl. And since 2020, been a bit of a journeyman. So if he does sign with the Vikings, it'll be his fifth team in 5 seasons. But last year with the Cowboys as a starter, had 2 interceptions, broke up 13 passes. And also, it is important to note, so in terms of PFF, Purple Persuasion makes a very good point here. Stephon's 2023 PFF grades overall 74.4, covered 72.3. Vikings' highest graded cornerback last season, Mekhi Blackmon, our guy. Overall in coverage at 71.8. Next highest graded cornerback last year was Murph at 58 and 58.2 respectively, minimum 200 snaps. So even though Gilmore, I know that a lot of people will piss and moan. It's like, oh, he's old, he's washed, he's not worth it, blah, blah, blah. I mean, last year he was better than anything that the Vikings had on the rooster. But, I mean, for a myriad of reasons, it just wasn't great last season. And, of course, that connection with Flores is really important. So he knows the broad strokes of what Flo would be asking of his corners out there. Plus, you can make a good case that Stephon Gilmore was probably one of the press man, or at least top 3, and he ain't 3 press man cover corners of the last decade. Right? Is he that anymore? No. But can he still bring it in an advanced age? Yes, absolutely. Instincts do compensate for his age. He was never someone who just got by on physical freak prowess. He was always just a pure technician of the position, putting in that work. All the cliches, coach on the field, grind in the film room. That's what Stephon Gilmore brings. Experience with Flores, like we said, one of the best man corners of the last decade, like we said. Can play both outside corner spots, so he won't be static on one side. Full-time starter for Dallas last year. And has had consistency in his golden years, because even though he's bounced around, he was good in his last year in New England, he was good in Carolina, he was good in Indianapolis and Dallas, but he has hit the sort of mercenary era of his career, and also the Vikings do have the cap space to do it. And I will say, I feel like Gilmore coming in, it would be, I think that he would be better than when the Vikings signed Patrick Peterson in 2021. I think Peterson was a little bit more age regressed versus what Gilmore is right now. And the Vikings do have some talent and depth at corner, but adding Stephon Gilmore to that mix, takes him over the top. I think that right now, Like they're just really hoping that there's no more injuries and Shaq Griffin gets back and Caleb Evans can hold up, and there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts there. But Stephon Gilmore to that mix, even if he's not a full-time starter, but you trust him out there for 50, 60% of the snaps on the outside, that solidifies that cornerback room and gives it some veteran gravitas that it certainly would need, even though you got guys like Griffin and Murph out there. But yeah, I think that Gilmore would be great. And like we said, since he's such a technician, guys like Dwight McLaughlin who are thirsting for knowledge, Caleb Evans as well, they would learn tons. They'll learn a ton from Stephon Gilmore. He'd be basically like an assistant cornerbacks coach, assistant DB coach out there as well. It would be huge. It'd be absolutely monstrous. So I'm glad that they're kicking the tires, lighting the fires with Gilmore, and we'll see what happens. But all this could be moot if everyone looks like prime Deion Sanders tonight in the preseason game, but we'll see. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. Reportedly, free agent cornerback Stephon Gilmore is going to meet with the Vikings on Monday per Josina Anderson. You love to see it. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section below. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.